When my daughter asks me about my childhood, my heart becomes a crow eating glass crumbs at the scene of a car crash. The memory's brilliance and their jagged edges compete for the preeminence in the story, and I don't know how to answer. Sometimes it was a bedroom full of ropes and rusty bicycle chains used for everything but to escape. Sometimes it was a cold blue tile bathroom, an electric cord stretched from wall to wall as a winter's clothesline, rags dripping water over my head as punishment. Then there was the smell of burned out fuse in my mother's dresses, abandoned in a hallway full of tornado departures and quicksand comebacks, and the man, my father, so full of love, he could not help but be mean. The living room was small enough to die in it, and my favorite game was to travel its perimeter from chair to couch and back without ever touching the floor. I am unfair to my story, I'm sure of it, now that I've traveled from world to world and back without ever having to touch my soil again. I judge it with a knowledge of things I was never supposed to see or have them be mine. Plushed feathered opportunities and soft support systems that come with wrapped up pink bow sentences that begin with words like, I feel. Their brilliance overshadows the primal love of steep cliff arms whose devotion taught me how to embrace the fall and always land on my feet. My unemployed father did not smoke for 3 months to buy me my first bicycle, a rattling old thing with just as much power as a rodeo of tired horses. My mother, the librarian, gave me the key to the jailhouse of the forbidden books in communism. My grandmother taught me to tame the mammoth of the mechanical sewing machine, never cut any corners until I arrived at something beautiful. My grandfather, the beekeeper, taught me how to walk through a swarm of enemies without ever getting bit. I come from people with jammed hearts, who did not believe in God or childhood magic, whose love was never supposed to lift its neck in the presence of a flock of strangers for fear of making its offspring the target of wars and dictators. Their devotion never fully unfurled until I drove away from the scene of my story and caught their eyes in the rear-view mirror, following me with the longing of a middle-of-nowhere gas station, the come-back sign flickering in the dust, a tireless heartbeat, a brilliant reminder. Love, y'all, is an object always closer than it appears.